Vinyl and Tool Supply sent me a package full of creative goodies that I will be crafting with in today's video. They sent a bunch of DTF transfers that I'm so excited to try out today. They also sent over VTS Neon Glitter Puff and Siser adhesive with foil. Here's the blanks I'll be using. I'll also have links down in my description box for any of the products that I'm using. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribed, and let's get into the video. I'm going to start with the 16-ounce tumbler wrap UV stickers. They have a lot of options on their website. They have some ready-made ones like this, or you can upload your own images. These are super cute designs, and I love how bright and vibrant the colors are. I'm going to make 2 of these today using some 16-ounce glass tumblers. I love drinking my iced coffee out of these, and it's fun to switch it up for each season. I like to clean the glass first with rubbing alcohol. That just gets any oils or dirt off and really helps that adhesive stick well to the glass. If you're new to UV DTF, these are printed on a special printer that uses UV ink. After printing, UV lights cure the ink. This makes it super durable, scratch resistant, and waterproof. I like to use my cup cradle for these type of projects. If you've struggled with adding decals to glassware, I highly recommend getting something like this. I don't love the way I applied this decal to the first tumbler. I'll show you why and how I fixed it with the second one. I decided to peel back just a little bit of the backing and cut it away. After I had it all lined up, I placed the sticky side down on the tumbler. I peeled the rest of the backing away as I placed the wrap down on the glass. What I'd recommend is to use a squeegee as you're placing it on the glass, and I'll show you how I do that with my second one. I'll also show you why in just a second. This was the perfect size for the glass. Also, I love how easy it is. I didn't have to do any weeding, and the best part is no layering a whole bunch of different colors. After you have it on the glass, you'll want to make sure to press all of the pieces down really well. When I'm done with that, I'll peel off that top film. I do find this a little trickier than just regular transfer tape, but the best trick for this is just to do it really slowly to make sure none of the UV decal lifts back up. I'm not big on spooky Halloween images, so I love this design. I think it's so cute. Here's where my issue came in. I had bubbles on a lot of the ghosts, and the reason for that was I didn't use my squeegee. A good trick for this is take your pen and just do a small poke in the bubble, then take your squeegee and try to rub it out. It will release some of that air. This for sure helps, but the goal is to not have bubbles in the first place. So like I've said, I will show you how I did that next time. This cup turned out so adorable. I'm really impressed with the quality of the UV DTF. It looks really crisp and vibrant. The pen tool trick worked so great for getting those bubbles out, and this is just a really fun design for glass tumblers. I loved how cute this blue bow design is, so I chose it for my last tumbler. I like to peel the corner away a little bit so it's ready to go. Then I place it on my cup cradle. I make sure it's lined up. Then I'll follow the same process. I'll just peel a little bit of the backing away and take my scissors and cut that off. I'll stick that down onto the glass. Then I'll place my tumbler back on the cup cradle. Now here's the trick. Use the felt side of the squeegee and just press it onto that decal slowly. As you're doing that, the decal will be pressed onto the glass and that backing will be pushing away from it. I press it down really well on the glass, making sure that I don't miss any pieces of it. Once I'm done with that, I can remove that top film, and like I said, I do this slowly. I did speed up the video here, so it's not too boring to watch. As I was pulling this away, I noticed I had 0 bubbles this time. Here's a look at how this one turned out. I'm really happy with it, and once again, I love the design. Now I'm going to add one of the smaller decals to this clear glass cup. I found this at Target, and I love drinking my iced coffee out of these as well. I have big plans to put together a coffee bar in my kitchen, so making these glasses for coffee is so fun. I'm cleaning my cup, then I'll be ready to add the UV sticker. Once again, I love the bright colors, and I think this design will look so neat on the clear glass. To easily line this up, I'm going to peel back a little of the backing, then I'll make sure it's centered on my cup. Once it is, I'll follow that exact same process with my felt side of my squeegee. I'm curious, do you guys prefer to use UV DTF or do you prefer to still use vinyl? I really like both, but I'd love to hear what you've been using lately. This one turned out adorable. I can't wait to put it with the rest of my coffee supplies and just drink some iced coffee in this. I'm going to apply one more. I was searching at Hobby Lobby for a blank to add this last one to, and I was struggling to find something, then turned around and found this adorable flower mug. The handle's a little small, so it makes it kind of tough to hold the mug, but it's still so cute, and the design I'm using has flowers in it. I've had so many Cricut designs on my mugs and it just drives me crazy. So I love this process where I can set the whole thing down first and make sure it's all lined up. When adding decals to mugs, it can be a little tricky when it's rounded. So you can take some scissors and cut some slits in the clear sheet, and that kind of helps release it onto the mug. This one was wide enough that I didn't have to do that. I really like that the adhesive is so strong. I don't have issues with it picking off of the mug. There was even those tiny little dots. There was one piece that was kind of struggling, but then it ended up being fine. Here's how the flower mug turned out. Next, I'm excited to try out the DTF shirt transfers. The colors are super vibrant, so I'm curious if they will pull over onto the shirts like that. I'm using my 15 by 15 M-Press machine, and I set the temperature to 285 degrees and the time for 15 seconds. I'm using a shirt from Target. This top is around $8 and they have a ton of colors. I love wearing it as just a basic tee, but it works great to add vinyl or DTF transfers too. I'm preheating the shirt for about 10 seconds. This will remove moisture and it'll help the DTF transfer better. This shirt is made of 92% cotton and 8% spandex. I grabbed my t-shirt alignment guide and I'm going to line up the transfer on the shirt. I like to fold it in half to find the center. I just fold a little crease on the top where it's not over any of the design. The transfer is not very sticky, so I'm going to grab heat resistant tape and just tape down all 4 sides to make sure it doesn't shift around. I've also already moved the collar off the heat plate. You want it as flat as possible. I press this for the full time. I also have my knob on my heat press on medium to heavy pressure. I lift the shirt up a little bit to release some of that heat, but this is a warm peel. I'll go in and peel it off. This adhered really well. It is recommended to press it again, this time with a Teflon sheet and for just 10 more seconds. I was so shocked by how bright and vibrant the colors are on this t-shirt. It really reminds me of how bright sublimation is, except this can go on any color t-shirt and any fabric type, so that's amazing. The design is so fun too. I cannot wait to wear it this fall. Next, I'll press this design. I will be putting it on a long sleeve shirt. It is the Gildan brand and it's heavy cotton. As you can see, this shirt is thicker than the last one because I really had to press my heat press down, which is fine. I'll follow the same exact process for this as I did the other shirt. You can see when I tape this down, I press across the whole sheet to make sure it's nice and flat. Here's a final look at this t-shirt. I love it and I could just make so many of these because they're so fun. Next, I'm going to try the VTS Neon Glitter Puff. This looks so fun. I'm really excited to give it a try. First, let's look at the colors. I love how pretty glitter HTV is and I love the neon colors. They're very bright and fun. I tested Vinyl and Tool's Super Puff HTV in a recent video and I was amazed by how much it puffed up. I've tried several different brands and that is by far the best results I've ever had. So I can't wait to see how the glitter puff does. I'm placing this shiny side down on my mat and I did mirror my design. I forgot to write down my cut setting. I think it was medium cardstock, but I can't remember for sure. I would do a test cut before you cut into this. I'm going to keep the temperature at 280 degrees, but I'm going to drop it down to 10 seconds. The key to Puff HTV is to have heavy pressure with your heat press. I turn the knob so tight that, as you can see here, I can just barely close my heat press. I'm preheating the shirt and I do this for 10 to 15 seconds. I want to remove as much moisture as possible. Here's what my design looks like all weeded out and I'll set it on my t-shirt. This shirt is made of 60% cotton and 40% polyester. I'll press it for the full time. If you don't see it puff up right away, don't panic. I've noticed with Puff HTV, it starts to puff up when you peel the carrier sheet. I'm not sure the reasoning, but that has been my experience. As you can see, this was a hot peel. As you can see, it definitely puffed up, but you can repress it with a cover sheet for 10 more seconds to have it puff up even more, so let's try it. Here's how it turned out. I am so happy with it. Like I said in that last video, this will be my go-to for Puff HTV for now on. I'm excited I found something that works because Puff HTV can be so tricky. The last product I'll be trying in today's video is the Siser adhesive in foils. The white roll is the Siser adhesive and the rest is the metallic foil, and it creates a shiny design on the fabric. The white adhesive works like a heat-activated glue. It goes on the shirt first, and then the foil is next. There's lots of fun colors and designs. They give the shirt a neat reflective finish, so I'm excited to try it out. You'll only cut that adhesive with the Cricut machine. This has a clear kind of milky looking finish. This will be really similar to regular heat transfer vinyl. I'll place this shiny side down on my cutting mat. I mirrored my design, and the cut setting I used was the everyday iron-on setting. While that's cutting, I lower my heat press to 305 degrees for 5 seconds. You'll weed this out like regular HTV. The only thing is, since it's clear, it might be a little harder to see the cut lines. If you have a light pad, you can use that, but I found it really easy to just set it against a dark background, and that helped me see the cut lines. I chose a blue shirt for this. I'm going to preheat it, then I'll add that adhesive. 5 seconds is all you need. It's a short amount of time, but it's just enough that you're able to peel that carrier sheet away. As you can see, this is a warm peel. Next, I'll be adding the foil. I lay it across the design so I can measure what size to cut it. I just make sure it goes a little past that adhesive, and then that should be good. It's pretty simple. I just grab scissors and cut that excess away. The foil colors are just so beautiful. I can't wait to see what it looks like on the shirt. This is my first time working with foil like this, so I'm excited. You just set it right on top. I didn't tape it down. Do you guys do that if you've tried this project before? I placed a Teflon sheet on top and I pressed it for 15 seconds. For the foil, you're going to want it to cool down all the way, like not even a little bit warm. I pull it off the heat plate to cool it down. Then I just slowly peel that foil away. Here's a look at the foil shirt. I'm amazed. How cool is this? Have you guys tried this before? When I wash this, I'm going to turn the shirt inside out, and I don't think I'm going to dry it. My dryer gets so hot, so I think I'll just let it air dry and hope that it lasts a long time that way. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed crafting with me today. I'll have all the links for these products down in my description box. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribed, and I'll see you in my next one.